innovation pays off.
Good morning, learners. I am Manish Pamar, presently working as Principal of General B.C. Joshi Arim Public School, Pithoragarh in Uttarakhand. Today, I am going to share my views on the topic learning in digital environment. Though all three words are familiar, but the word digital was not associated with learning in education sector around 20 years back. I want to ask a few questions to all my dear fellow teachers. In last say 15 years, how many times have you changed your mobile phone? And how many times have you changed your teaching methodology? If the answer of both the questions is nearly same, then you are a 21st century educator. If there is a vast difference, then you need to rethink to justify your role as an educator. I am sure most of us have adopted the mode of online shopping from Amazon, Alibaba, eBay, Flipkart, Myntra, and other similar platforms for ease and flexibility. But have we adopted the mode of online teaching with digital tools for ease and flexibility of students? These questions must be answered by all educators of the world. The fact is, 90% of educators in school and higher educations are still using the traditional or face-to-face method of teaching. We are still teaching the learners of 21st century with the methods of 20th century. At present, all students in school were born after the year 2000, and all teachers were born before the year 2000. The point I am trying to make is there is a gap of 1 century notionally between students and teachers. There is a digital divide between students who are digital natives and educators who are digital immigrants. Digital native means students are born and surrounded by information and communication tools, and educators are digital immigrants who are in process of adopting technology in education willingly or unwillingly. To prepare our students for unexplored world, we need to fill this digital divide. Teachers or educators are considered as nation builders. To build a strong nation, we need to redesign our instructional practices. To redesign instructional practices to inculcate 21st century skills, we have to start teaching learning process in digital environment. Earlier, students were dependent on traditional resources like teachers, books, library, and journals. But now, students are learning from everywhere, be it internet, society, media, peer group, and so on. The instructional practices should be student focused, means the way they want to learn. In today's world, information is available in the form of randomly distributed dots. Learning shall only take place if all dots are connected by the educator with properly processed information. In the absence of proper learning environment, students might connect all dots, but it will not lead to learning or knowledge. As per Draft National Education Policy 2019, the curricular and pedagogical structures of school education will be reconfigured to make it responsive and relevant to the developmental needs and interest of learners at different stages of their development. The objective is to minimize rote learning and encourage holistic development and 21st century skills such as critical thinking, creativity, scientific temper, communication, collaboration, multilingualism, problem solving, ethics, social responsibilities, and digital literacy. To realize the objectives of National Education Policy 2019, the role of educators is to design the instructional practices in two ways, that is connectivism and constructivism. In connectivism, learners are self-directed. They have internal quest to explore and enjoy the learning procedures. They learn by trial and error method or by connecting the dots. In constructivism, students construct new knowledge over existing basic knowledge. The various methods that could be adopted by educators are experiential learning, activity-based learning, project-based learning, collaborative group work, scaffolding, or augmented learning. The four major attributes that is expected from an educator are awareness, consideration, adoption, and innovation. The educator should be aware of different techniques to address the challenges of education. He or she must consider using different strategies in classroom. Adoption of relevant strategy as per the needs of learners, but that does not end the job of educator. He or she must innovate, keeping the practical and unforced challenges in education. As a principal, I know keeping teachers motivated and maintaining the high morale is a core challenge. What is the role of students in 21st century? As I mentioned earlier, today's students are digital natives, means they are born and raised in an environment of digital gadgets and tools. They have shifted their memory from storing through eyes to clicking by mobile phones. The retention rate has gone down from 30 minutes to 15 minutes in last 20 years. As per Digital Studies Survey by McGraw-Hill and Hanover Research, 81% of students find digital learning to be helpful in improving their grades. 69% of students feel that digital technology helps them to focus. 81% of students have improved their efficiency. 66% of students report that adaptive learning technology and online quizzes are helpful in learning retention. 61% of students prefer to enroll in digital learning classes, and 79% of students report that digital learning technology helps their teachers to be more effective and efficient in classroom. Does teaching cause learning? Not exactly. It is the attempt by the learner to perform cause learning. To face the challenges of 21st century, students need to be self-directed. They must learn to monitor and adjust their approaches to learning. Three important traits to develop mastery are acquire, practice, and apply. To develop mastery over a discipline, students must acquire skills, practice them regularly, and apply them in real life situations. The draft National Education Policy 2019 aims to integrate technology into all levels of education to improve teaching, learning, and evaluation process. Accordingly, National Educational Technology Forum (NETF) will be set up to facilitate decision making on the instruction, deployment, and use of technology. We all celebrate various festivals such as Diwali, Eid, Christmas, and many more to get the feeling of joy and happiness. For enjoyment, we decorate our homes with lights, gifts, toys on Christmas tree, and other items. Similarly, the learning space or teaching environment in schools need to be customized. If we are going to focus on changing how students learn, then we have to ensure the classroom environment accommodates that learning. For effective learning, learning space should be comfortable, allows different seating patterns, technology accessibility, multi-purpose spaces, encourage community involvement, and create space for experiential learning. Digital learning is sometimes confused with online learning or e-learning. In fact, digital learning is any type of learning that is supported by technology or by instructional practice that makes effective use of technology. Now let's discuss a few tools and resources for creating technology-based learning environment. First is Google Classroom. It is a free web service that aims to simplify creating, distributing, and grading assignment in a paperless way. The primary purpose of Google Classroom is to streamline the process of sharing files between students and teachers. It combines Google Drive for assignment creation and distribution, Google Doc Sheets and Slide for writing, Gmail for communication, and Google Calendar for scheduling. As a principal, I get little time to teach physics to students due to administrative responsibilities as well. To beat this challenge, I have created a class of 12 students in Google Classroom. All students were invited to join the class through a class code. Students can also be invited by adding their email ID. The Google class creates a separate folder in the respective user's Google Drive where the student can submit work to be graded by teacher. Announcements can be posted by teacher to the class stream which can be commented on by students, allowing two-way communication between the teacher and students. Multiple types of media can be attached to announcements and posts to share content. Google Classroom can be accessed on web or via the Android and iOS Classroom mobile apps. Teachers have the option to monitor the progress of each student. Turned in assignment can be graded by the teachers and written with comments to allow the students to revise the assignment. Google Classroom is easy to use, accessible to all, paperless process and fast feedback system. The next is TED-Ed. TED-Ed was launched in 2012 to support teachers and sparking the curiosity of learners around the world. It is a YouTube channel from TED, that is Technology, Entertainment and Design, which creates short animated educational videos. It also has its own website www.ed.ted.com. One can easily register in with Google account, Facebook account or any other email account. Teachers can create a lesson by searching a video on a particular topic, or one can paste the YouTube URL in the search box. After selecting video, introduction may be given. Under Think tab, multiple choice questions and other open-ended questions can be framed. Other sections like Dig Deeper for additional resources and Discuss may be explored. After publishing the lesson, a unique URL is obtained for the lesson page. This URL may be shared in Google Classroom. If a teacher or student is adding a new video to the library, then customizable option may be selected while publishing. It helps others to create their own lessons around that video. Student works can be monitored on lesson page. Thus, TED-Ed is an educational platform to share ideas and knowledge around the world. Next, we can talk about Edpuzzle. It is a free assessment center tool that allows teachers and students to create interactive online videos by embedding either open-ended or multiple choice questions, audio notes, audio tracks, or comments on a video. Teachers can reinforce accountability by monitoring how many students have watched videos and how many times they are watching each section. Students get aligned to self-paced learning with interactive video lessons. They can edit video by adding own voice narration. It is very important to create learning resources as it needs to be uploaded in learning environment. While developing learning materials, the demands of digital learners needs to be kept in mind. Teachers should be aware of Open Educational Resources, that is OER. Open Educational Resources are freely accessible, openly licensed text, media, and other digital assets that are useful for teaching, learning, and assessment purpose. These resources can be retained, reused, revised, remixed, and redistributed. The various benefits of adopting open educational resources are open to everyone, free of cost, flexibility of study time, self-paced, accessible from anywhere, access to a variety of study material. The list of ICT tools or open educational resources is endless. The few examples which can be beneficial for both teachers and students are Khan Academy. It is a free resource available in many languages and creates a set of online tools that helps students and teachers. Google Sites. It is a Google web application that allows users to create websites. Screencasting. It is a screen recording technique which is available in Microsoft PowerPoint and various apps like Cam Studio, Snagit, and Bandicam. Audacity. It is an audio recording and editing software application. Google Tool Builder. It allows users to create their own interactive map by using Google Map and Google Earth. Xmind and FreeMind. They are free software available to make mind map. Mind map is a diagram with the words and concepts or items linked with a central idea in a non-linear graphical layout. It gives an overall pictorial representation of any concept. In my Google Classroom, I shared a mind map on the concept of electric field for class 12 student as a part of recapitulation. Google Forms. It is a tool that allows collection information from users via survey or quiz. It is included in Google Drive. Kahoot. It is a game-based learning platform that makes it easy to create, share, and play learning games or quizzes. Socrative. It is a formative assessment tool that helps teachers and learners to assess understanding and progress in real time in class through the use of quizzes and questions. Edmodo, another learning platform that enables teachers to share content, distributive quizzes, assignments, and manage communication with students, colleagues, and parents. Plickers. It is a free formative assessment tool that uses printable cards that has a black and white image similar to a QR code. And the list is endless. All viewers are requested to explore the web world and select the learning resource as per their requirement. Let's talk about the requirement to learning in today's context. There are a few advantages and disadvantages of traditional method of teaching, that is face-to-face, and teaching with digital tools. Students should get the best of both the methods. The solution is blended learning. In simple words, blended learning is a combination of offline that is face-to-face mode and online learning in a way that the one complements the other. Students attend the class in a real world classroom setting and then supplement the lesson plan by completing online multimedia coursework. The major difference between traditional classroom and blended classroom are as follows. In traditional classroom, learners learn what teachers tell them. But in blended classroom, learners need to know why information is important to learn. Learning is the primary responsibility of teacher in case of traditional classroom method. But in blended classroom approach, learning is the primary responsibility of learner. In traditional method, learner's experience is minimum with no individual attention. But in blended approach, learner's experience is maximum with scope of discussion and deliberation. Content is determined by the logic of discipline in traditional method. But in blended classroom technique, connecting the content to context in real life situation is important. External motivators such as teachers are primary motivation in traditional approach. But in blended approach, intrinsic motivation is important. Another idea which can be explored to tap the potential of students is flipped classroom. In flipped classroom technique, the teacher acts as a guide on the side. The goal of flipping the class is to produce a more student-centric pedagogy. In flipped classroom, students' learning is deep and they are more active participants. It provides immediate feedback to instructor and students. To realize the goal of learning in digital environment, administrative support in terms of connectivity, hardware, infrastructure, and willingness of management are required, which may be a major constraint. It is a practical problem which needs to be addressed by all stakeholders. At the end, I would like to urge my fellow learners, teachers and students to explore all possible resources to make teaching learning process effective, productive and constructive. Jai Hind.